Introduce yourself, first and last name, and grade.
My name is MJ DeArmond, and I'm in 11th grade.
How is this year going so far?
This year's been really good, in my opinion.
What has been the most challenging task as a junior?
Probably keeping all my grades up and ready to be just to relax at home and enjoy myself.
What is your favorite subject and why?
My favorite subject is reading. I can really understand it smoothly, and I really like all the fancy words.
What's the most creative excuse you use to get out of homework assignment?
I don't have homework.
What was the most meaningful assignment a teacher ever had you do?
The most meaningful assignment, I haven't had any yet.
Which teacher has made an impact on you?
My algebraic reasoning teacher / my geometry teacher from last year. She loves me a lot. She's very funny, and she has been one of my favorite teachers.
What advice do you have for incoming freshmen?
Don't stay in the middle of the hallways. Keep right if you're going into the hallway, keep left if you're going out of the hallway.
What has been the highlight of your year?
The highlight of my year was going to all the football games because I finally got to experience what other kids get to experience and just enjoying my high school career.
Where do you imagine yourself 10 years from now?
Somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, just enjoying life.
Who do you think is the most influential person and why?
Albert Einstein, because even though he was bad at one thing, he didn't let that overcome him, and he just figured out a way to work through it.
What's the strangest advice your parents ever gave you that proved to be correct?
If you turn down the volume on the TV, the salesperson at the door will just go away.
What trend or fad are you most embarrassed about being a part of?
I've been a Swiftie fan since I was like 5. I've had all her CDs, and I just loved her a lot. I don't know why.
Finish these sentences. I am always happy to see.
I'm always happy to see my friends, especially just the people I walk around the hallways with just for a little bit. The people I know most, especially the ones since I've seen in 5th grade, who are now juniors.
I'm most grateful for
my friends and family. Friends and family fall into 2 categories for me. Friends are people who are loyal to you, but you don't consider them family. My family is people who made me a home within their arms. I'm inspired by people who build from the ground up, no matter how deep the hole is or how small or big it seems.
I am disappointed with.
Repeat it?
I am disappointed with.
I am disappointed with people who trace back and find things and flaws in people who they've changed and aren't the same people anymore. I am waiting for the day that I can be just completely and utterly comfortable with life.
I will never forget.
I will never forget the fear of being alone in some cases and just having no shoulder to cry on.
Describe the scariest encounter you ever had.
Oh, that's too scary to put on camera.
What is the greatest fear you have ever tried to face, and have you ever tried to face it?
I have tried to face the fact of just a bunch of trauma, but it gets easier the more you talk about it with professionals.
What is the most important quality in a friendship and why?
Loyalty and caringness for each other. Because if one person just completely disappears out of your life and you never know why, you got to figure it out on your own.
What is your favorite part about the day and why?
Lunch and 3 p.m. It's when I'm the most active and all the food is basically gone out of my body, but now it's just electrolytes helping me just exercise.
Are you involved in the extracurricular activities?
I'm involved in AV production 2 currently, and will be going on to digital media next year, and I'm involved in tennis.
Can you explain this?
Yeah. So in AV production, we do Panther News, Panther Radio, and a bunch of other things we did in the past that we're trying to bring back up because it's a really interesting class and we'd really love you to join it if you're actually interested. And then in tennis, we fight hard for the sport we play in and we're going to regionals next week.
Are you involved in anything outside of school?
Nope.
What are your hobbies?
I like to draw and read a lot, especially watch Netflix shows and just devour my time and myself.
What is something interesting about yourself?
I can do a lot of voice impressions that are really, really weird and I should not be able to do.
What would you tell your younger self?
You don't have to be afraid of it and you get tougher, stronger, and a lot more mean looking.
What is the best piece of advice you've been given?
I haven't been given any really good advice.
What weird habit do you have when you're nervous and how long has it been going on?
I pop my knuckles, or I just pop all the bones in my body, or I tap my foot a lot. And it's been going on since 4th grade.
What dreams do you have for the world tomorrow?
I dream that people will start acting like people and not animals towards each other.
When you look back on this school in later years, what will you remember the most?
All my teachers, they have been some of the greatest friends this junior year and will probably be my best friends next year in my senior year for when I finally leave and I finally just end all my high school career up.
What is the funniest story you have while being a student at MHS?
Probably the time I laughed so hard I kept on coughing for the rest of the day.
What is the most memorable moment you've had at MHS?
The most memorable moment is when I couldn't stop smiling at this boy. It gave me a massive headache.
What is your day and week screen time and most used app?
Let me look it up really quickly. I think it's changed since the last time. My daily average now is 10 hours and 9 minutes, and my most activity is at YouTube at 22 hours and 14 minutes.
Do you have music playlists and what's your top 3 songs?
My top 3 songs, I can't remember anymore because I just got new ones. And my playlist, I know for a fact is just kind of embarrassing. My playlist is 23 hours and 22 minutes. And my top 3 songs are My Little Love by Adele, Brooklyn Baby by Lana Del Rey, and Dark Red by Steve Lacy. It changed.
What else would you like to add?
If you like a song just because of one part in it and you want to look it up, make sure you trust your gut on the song, or else you'll have a playlist like me.